Hi, I'm Pastor Mike with Church of the Good Shepherd in Nashua, New Hampshire. Welcome to another of our Ministry Minutes. This week, the church celebrates St. James of Jerusalem, Jesus' brother, according to the Bible, and the leader of the church in Jerusalem following his brother's ascension to heaven. The stories about James in the Bible describe a person who is open to the idea that God is calling us to do things in new ways. As leader of the church, James was open to the radical idea that there aren't any limitations on who we should include when it comes to God's love. He led the first council of the church in Jerusalem, which concluded that people didn't have to become Jewish in order to become Christian. And ever since, the church has been held to this standard of accepting people just as they are and where they are. James testified to his brother's work not being just for those who were like him, but for the whole world. That radical idea of God's love being for people everywhere was not a popular idea at the time, or at many times since then, for that matter. And yet, James trusted that feeling deep inside that God was showing them a new way of being God's people together. Just like his brother, his conviction and his faithfulness got him into trouble, and he died a martyr's death in Jerusalem. Today, as I think on his life and ministry so many centuries ago, I admire his courageousness in being willing to break the rules in order to accommodate another person at the table. It's a hard thing to do, to throw out the rule book and to throw open your doors to God knows who. He famously asked the members of the first church if they were sure it was God who was limiting who could be a member of this movement his brother started, or themselves. James's question makes me wonder about the limitations I've tried to put from time to time on other people's participation in the life of the church, on the restrictions that others have imposed on me as well. How many times have I told others or been told that we're not doing things the right way? Maybe I should be a little bit less preoccupied with the rules of who's in and who's out, and focus my attention on my brother or sister for whom Jesus was willing to lay down his life.